I play Beatrice Lacy. I have all the lovely trappings of this amazing life, really, that they lead. You know, she has wealth, she has luxury, she has a lovely life, she has a lovely relationship with her husband, but she doesn't have any of the emotional baggage, and so she feels like a sort of a bit of a light in this dark story. She's a friend, really, to Daphne. She says some quite odd things in the book and in the script. But it's just... she's just quite blunt, I think. She's never unkind. She's just very truthful and quite blunt, Beatrice. But I think at heart she's very kind, and she is a friend to our Daphne. There's a scene actually today. It's my final scene that I've been filming, and Beatrice sort of lets slip her feelings, possibly about this community that they're living in, and she's not a big fan of them. And it just gives you this line is, you know, oh, let them talk themselves to death. Let them, you know, they're just boring people living boring lives. Let them talk. So there's obviously something under the surface that we never quite get another sense of, apart from within that line. And there's another scene in the garden, the family together having tea, and Granny starts to misbehave and gets very confused about who's who. And so it is another moment where all sort of slightly, you know, you think, oh, this is where the secrets are going to out. But of course they don't. God, I read it years and years and years ago. I saw the original film years and years and years ago. I saw the TV version much more recently, weirdly. It was just on before I knew I was doing this, and I was just sort of flicking around, and I thought, gosh, everybody looks so young. And then Ben got in touch and asked me to do this. So they're my encounters. I've just been given the book, actually, as a gift, so I will read it again. But I haven't read it for a long time. Sometimes it's useful to do that, sometimes it isn't. I think in Lily and Army's case, it's probably been very useful. But in my case, less so. It's just an enduring story, isn't it? And I think it hasn't been done for, I don't know quite how long, but it feels like the right time for this version. And I think Ben is such a brilliant choice of director for this. He is just so good at that, you know, bringing that darkness. I love working with Ben. He's very relaxed, and it's just a sort of wonderful atmosphere to come into, particularly if you're not on a shoot every day. You know, coming in once every maybe 4 weeks can be quite a nerve-wracking experience. And he's so relaxed. He's open to anything. He's full of brilliant ideas. He's very approachable. I loved working with him, and I would love to work with him again. Lily is extraordinary. I've been here at the beginning, the middle, and the end. You know, they're literally finishing filming. Today is the penultimate day, and she has been just phenomenal in keeping up her energy. She's in every single scene. It's an incredibly complex, multi-layered part to play, and I just, you know, she's been a joy. Army, who I've never spoken to in his own accent. He's stayed in the accent throughout, so it'll be quite strange to see him have a chat with him, sort of as himself. But yeah, it's just been, you know, these things sort of start at the top. The atmosphere comes from the top, and those two and Ben have just made it a very lovely thing. I'm most excited for people to see my scenes. No, I'm excited to see all of it because I literally I have no idea what's been going on. And there are so many brilliant scenes. I can't wait to see Kristen Scott Thomas. I've seen, I was in a couple of court scenes with her, so I have been in scenes with her, but I haven't seen the great majority of what she's been doing. So I can't wait. That part is just brilliant, and she is extraordinary. So I'm very excited about that. Julian has done such an incredible job, and Ivana have just, the whole look of it, actually from every department, coming into all these jaw-dropping locations. And then, we had a huge scene, a ball scene, and just the attention to detail from all of the departments. Everyone's worked so hard. I've never worked with Julian before, or Ivana, and they are both just so talented. They're both of them are the sorts of people who make their jobs just look very easy and sort of effortless, and actually so much thought has gone into it. And from my point of view, it's just a joy, that somebody has put that work in. And so when you are presented with their ideas, it's just thrilling. It's so exciting, because you're all on the same page, and they've just worked so hard. Julian's incredibly relaxed. He wants us to wear the clothes as you would. You have to wear the clothes. You have to be in the clothes, and they're such an important part of the whole thing. As is the makeup and this wig, and right down to the tiny little things. Ivana said, because this isn't supposed to be my hair. This is supposed to be a fancy dress wig. So let's not do it, so perfectly that it sort of could be my hair, and it just adds that little something. It's not glued down. It hasn't had all of that done to it as it usually would, because that's not what it would have been. It's just for a fun night out. So it's just that little attention to detail that I think is going to make it look spectacular.